Good morning, students. Welcome to second session of chapter Normal Distribution. Today's session, first topic, that is characteristics of standard normal distribution. 2 marks theory question 1. So, try to remember mainly 4 points of each and every answer. No need of remembering 6 points because 3 mark question is not there of this chapter. But it doesn't mean that ignore rest of the characteristics because this even can be asked in one line answer. So try to remember, but for 2 marks question, remember 4 points. Secondly, of this chapter or even last chapter, binomial probability distribution, there are also characteristics, and here characteristics of standard normal distribution, and next topic is characteristics of normal distribution. From these three, normally one question of 2 marks they ask in board. So very important, remember. Now let us start characteristics of standard normal distribution. The probability curve of standard normal distribution, that is perfectly bell-shaped. Second, its mean is always equal to 0 and standard deviation is always 1. This is what we are discussing, characteristics of standard normal distribution. Third, that is the standard normal curve, that is symmetrical on both sides of the ordinate at z is equal to 0. So the area of each side, that is 0.5, is always there. As we discussed in previous topic, area 0.5 on left hand side, 0.5 on right hand side. While fourth characteristic, that is important areas of standard normal curve. Now total area, that is 1. Area between where the value of z is equal to -1 and z is equal to +1, that is 0.6826. Area between z is equal to -2 and z is equal to +2, that is 0.9543. Area between -3 and +3, that is 0.9973, while area between where the value of z is -1.96 and z is equal to 1.96, that is 0.95. And area between z is equal to -2.58 and z is equal to 2.58 is 0.99. Now see these values, no need of cramming. If you remember, it's okay. If you don't remember, when we solve sums that time, after using z table, these values calculations you can find very easily. And as I said, 4 points. So in that 4 point, don't remember this. We take it the last point, this 5th, that you remember. Why? Because so many these areas to remember and chances can be there that anywhere you do mistakes. So better these 3 points, and 4th point you remember this. That is approximate value of Q1, that is -0.675, and Q3, that is 0 plus 0.675. Approximate value of Q1, first quartile and third quartile. So this way, bell-shaped value of mean and standard deviation 0 and 1. Both the sides area 0.5, and approximate value of Q1 and Q3. So this way, total 4 points this way you remember, and these values you can remember, but otherwise also by after using Z table we can find. So this way, as I said, characteristics of standard normal distribution, very important examination point of view. Next topic, that is uses of normal distribution. 5 uses, again remember 4. Now first in that, when n is very large, most of the distributions in statistics that tends to normal distribution. Second use, this normal distribution that widely used in field of sociology psychology, economics, etc. Third, in statistical quality control, properties of normal distribution are used. Fourth, that is normal distribution that is used in large sample tests. And last one is that is used in even small sample tests. So this way 5 uses are there of this normal distribution. Our next topic, that is characteristics of normal distribution. Here 13 characteristics are there of normal distribution. Lastly, which we did, that was characteristics of standard normal distribution. Those were only 5. Secondly, previous chapter, characteristics of binomial distribution, characteristics of standard normal distribution, and characteristics of normal distribution. From these 3 topics, normally board every year one topic they ask. So it's very, very important. And secondly, don't mix the points here in this 13 points and in that standard normal distribution 5 points. So remember that. So let us start now characteristics of normal distribution. Now first characteristic, that is it's a distribution of a continuous variable. Binomial distribution, that is of discrete, and this normal distribution, it is of continuous variable. Second, that is parameters of normal distribution are 2. Number 1, that is mu, and number 2, that is rho. This is mean and this is standard deviation. But in statistical or mathematical language, we show it this way. These are the signs. So remember, this is mu and this is standard deviation, which are parameters of normal distribution. Next, third, that curve of normal distribution is symmetrical and it is of bell shaped. In previous session, we had drawn the shape of this normal distribution. It's like a bell, so it's a bell shaped. Next characteristic, that is mean, median and mode. These 3 are at equal distribution in this distribution. That is mu is equal to median is equal to mode. Next, quartiles are at the equal distance from median. Here you can see this is third quartile minus median, that is second quartile. This is equal to median minus first quartile, that is Q2 minus Q1. So Q3 minus M is equal to M minus Q1. So remember this fifth characteristic. Sixth, that is skewness is 0. As just now we discussed that it is bell shaped, which is symmetrical distribution. Now we know very well, you have already done it in 11th standard, skewness, that is what? Lack of symmetry. So obviously skewness in that case will be 0. Next, that is 7th characteristic, that is total area under the normal curve, that is 1. 0.5 on the left hand side and 0.5 on the right hand side. This way total 1 will be the area of this normal curve. 8th characteristic, that is approximate value of Q1, that is mu minus 0.675 rho, and Q3 is mu plus 0.675 rho. Now in this also remember, because in standard normal distribution also one of the characteristic was this, but their value was Q1 is equal to minus 0.675 and Q3 plus 0.675. Here this is approximate value, but it is mu minus 0.675 rho and Q3 is mu plus 0.675 raw. Next, that is ninth characteristic, that is some important areas of normal curve. Here areas are same, but here mu plus minus raw, that is 0.6826, mu plus minus 2 raw, that is 0.9545, mu plus minus 3 raw, that is 0.9973, mu plus minus 1.96 raw, it's 0.95, and mu plus minus 2.58 raw, that is 0.99. No need of cramming these values. You can directly find with the help of Z table. Next, 10th characteristic, that is tails of normal curve do not meet x-axis. If you remember, we had discussed in previous session, that is these two tails that should not touch to x-axis. So remember this also, and this is one of the characteristic also. Next, when n is very large and p and q are not very small, at that time binomial distribution tends to normal distribution. This point also already we discussed in previous session. Second last, that is mean deviation. Now here in normal distribution, mean deviation value, it is 4 by 5 raw. Of course, it is approximate value, while quartile deviation, that is 2 by 3 raw. Again, this is also approximate value. These both values are important from one line answer or MCQ from both point of view. So don't mix 4 by 5 raw, that is mean deviation, 2 by 3 raw, that is quartile deviation. So this way, these are the 13 characteristics of normal distribution. This is an end of this session. See you in next session. Thank you.